What's going on, YouTubers? Welcome to another video. Someone wanted me to make an updated video on this just because we are getting pretty close, folks. If y'all remember, I talked a little bit about how my CEO at my job told me when I close $1 million ACV, annual contract value, or AR, annual recurring revenue, he will buy me a dream statue. He didn't specify initially what the value would be, but I saw him in person a few weeks back at our office, and I asked him, I clarified, hey, so what is my limit? Because statues can be extremely expensive. And he basically told me 20,000. So I have 20,000 to spend, and I'm actually getting really close to that $1 million, folks, because I closed the enormous deal, and I'm actually at 800,000 right now. So I'm 200K away. I am 100% going to reach that by the end of the year, probably within 2 months, honestly. I have a lot of big deals. I got a 100K deal I'm closing soon, a bunch of 25Ks, 20Ks, like in the next few weeks. Like, honestly, I'll probably close, goodness, like, honestly, in the next, like, month, I could have this closed. So that gives me $20,000 statue money. So we got to talk about what we could do. Now, obviously, there's a lot of things that come to mind on what I could do with that money. I mean, theoretically, I could just have him Venmo Spec Fiction $20,000 and have it as store credit, use it to pay for a bunch of pre-orders like Darkseid, T1000, Arnold, stuff like that. That is probably the most responsible way to do it, is just give it all to Spec and have it pay for a lot of pre-orders. I mean, I paid the deposit on T1000, Darkseid. I think, let me think on Spec. Who else I have on pre-order with him? I'm going to get Arnold, which will be 5K. That does, I mean, 20K covers all that plus a lot. I could theoretically do like the Cave Troll through Spec if I wanted to, or Thor 1/3. I could do some Prime 1s through him. Usually I do Prime 1s direct. I just find it better. But I could theoretically do it through Spec and, in essence, just do $20,000 worth of pre-orders paid for. Now, if I don't want to do pre-orders and we're just going to do a new statue, I mean, obviously, I kind of talked about a little bit. Maybe people didn't see it. Doing a custom like bust or life size from Blue Box Hyper. Because for me, Blue Box Hyper, their silicone busts are some of my absolute favorites. Like, I put them a notch above Queen and Infinity Studios. Like, when I look at my newly Kratos bust, how good that face is versus like my Queen Infinity face, I do believe Blue Box Hyper is better. Their faces just look better. Now, Infinity and Queen are very good. Like, if they're 9.5 out of 10, Blue Box is 10 out of 10. So it's not like a huge gap, but there's definitely a difference. So if we're talking about like statues that are actually on pre-order, things I could potentially get, heck, Wukong life-size bust by Queen Studios. I could do an Iron Man, not bust, I'm sorry, life-size statue. I could do a Catwoman, a Batman. Couldn't quite do the Armory, that's 40K. I could do any Iron Mans, Spider-Mans, stuff like that. If I did do the custom Blue Box Hyper, I mean, I'd probably want to do like Scorpion. I mean, here's the thing. Like, I have the Scorpion and Sub-Zero busts. I love them. They're great. But I would prefer them to be like this. Silicone and more body, arms. I mean, this is a very like sideshow old school style bust where it's just like very little chest. And I much prefer when you have more of a full upper torso, similar to like Vegeta. So, I mean, talking to Blue Box, if I wanted Scorpion and Sub-Zero, 20K honestly wouldn't cover it, they said. It would be more expensive. Like, I could honestly probably only get one. And I'm like, oh man, I wouldn't just want one. If I did just one, it'd have to be like a true life-size statue, like a life-size Scorpion MKX. I mean, just imagine in essence like that life-size. I wouldn't do that exact pose. I would do, honestly, probably like that pose, but MKX. Like, that's a great pose. Have it life-size, some sort of lava-themed base. Have it no bigger, ideally, than, I mean, like, if you could fit it in, like, right here, obviously deeper, but like 3 feet wide in terms of the width. I mean, when I stand next to this, you see like where my feet are, a base would be that size. Obviously, a little bit deeper, give it a little bit of a theme like that, lava themed, but I want it to look good. I don't want to light up. I want it to just look good with no light. Like paint it in a way where it looks like lava, maybe have some skulls. That pose, MKX Scorpion. Ideally, I would love to have a swap out skull head. I think that'd be so cool. I haven't talked to Blue Box to see if they would do that for 20K. I'd have to talk to them. I remember, I mean, this was years ago, but their original Ragnarok Kratos life size was 20K. Now this one cost me 12,000. Of course, I could consider another Kratos, but I feel like that's really excessive at this point. So I don't think I want to do another Kratos. Like I'm good. I mean, I'm gonna get the Prime 1/3 Kratoses, the obviously the Ragnarok one, the young Kratos Ragnarok one, and then at that point, like I'm good with Kratos. For MK, Scorpion's my favorite, especially MKX Scorpion. I really love that look, and I think it'd be so cool. Obviously, life size, you're gonna have silicone arms, silicone top part of the head. Probably mixed media for the clothing. So I'd have to check, but that would definitely be something I would want to consider for life size, just because he's one of my top 3 favorite characters. It's Vegeta, Kratos, Scorpion. Those, I'd probably put it in that order: Vegeta, Kratos, Scorpion. Vegeta's not something I would. There hasn't been a true perfect life size Vegeta yet. I think MRC was the closest, but it was overscaled. I don't want to overscale life-size DBZ statue. It's just a huge space hog. And it's more or less just a glorified 1/4 enlarged to like 1.5 size. Vegeta's supposed to be like 5'2" or something, plus the hair. He's like maybe 5'10". Like he's not a tall dude. Like look at him in there. Like he is not tall. His hair goes to Trunks' size, and Trunks is 5'11". So Vegeta really should be a 5'11" tall character, plus the base, throw in 4 inches. He's 6'1". But the statues they make of him are like 7 feet plus tall, and I just don't like that. So that's why I haven't bought a life-size Vegeta. If one comes out, I want it a little bit bigger than KD. I feel like KD is a little too small. I would 100% buy a life-size Vegeta. Ideally, I'd probably prefer Saiyan armor over the Majin, like Buu Saga version, Majin Vegeta. The armor, I think, just looks cooler. So that's the reason I haven't bought a life-size Vegeta. So I think a custom Scorpion would obviously be great. I mean, there's a lot of other potential customs you could do. In terms of license, though, God, when I think licensed, I think like Queen life size. I'm like, okay, an Iron Man is like $12,000. I also don't know if like I could, like my CEO would just give me the 20K cash. He probably wants like, hey, I will buy it on like a website or a reseller for you. So that's why I feel like the best option might be just give it to Spec Fiction or Blue Box Hyper. Because I'm thinking like, yeah, I would love a life-size Mark III life-size statue, or Spider-Man. I do like the Spider-Man Infinity Studios, like the ones Mr. X has. I would definitely do Mark III for life size. I do like the other Marks, but Mark 7 from Avengers 1. Mark 7 is where it really hits the spot for me. I wish the paint app was a little bit more like that flashy car, juicy look, but it still is the best Iron Man for me. Obviously, there's the Bale life size, and now there's a Catwoman. I think Wukong is the best life size that Korean has made. Like, I'd take that even over their Hulkbuster, which is just oversized, ridiculous. Another thing I could consider is, I mean, 20,000. That could buy the entire Godzilla Dio. That could buy the entire Prime 1 Predator line. Send it to Spec and get Jungle Hunter, Berserker, P2, Scar. They're like 4 or 5K each. I could get 1, 2, 3, probably 5 Prime 1 Predators, or Yeah, like you get a lot for 20,000. So it's a lot to think about, but it is going to be happening very, very soon, folks. Like I said, I'm only 200,000 left, and I have a lot of deals I'll be selling. Very hopeful, like in the next week, 1 to 2 weeks, I will close a 100K deal, and I have a bunch of 25K deals. So I just need like 4 of them. So I mean, it's gonna be real nice. I mean, that's like a really good statistic. Like, hey, I closed $1 million my first year, so it's a really good statistic. So yeah, I'm excited. I didn't realize I was at 800K. I mean, I had that big enterprise deal recently, but I didn't realize I was so close. I thought I was still far way out. But when I think about it and I looked at my pipeline today, I'm like, I'm 100% going to reach that within like a month. So we got to figure out real soon because I want to make sure I max this out and do the best option. So should we just send it to Todd? Have him Venmo or wire Todd the money and just have it as a credit on my account, pay off all my pre-orders. Again, right now my only pre-orders are T1000, which I already paid $17.50 deposit, so pay it off. Pay off Dark Side Bust, which I put the deposit, so like $4,000 towards Dark Side. We would do. I actually wonder if he could just refund me on Neytiri and then use the credit. That would actually be great. I'd ask him to do that. Like, hey, just refund my credit and use this instead. Because that's $6,000. So refund Neytiri, Dark Side, all that. That would be 10K. 5K for Arnold. You have another 5K for, let's say, like Cave Troll or some Prime 1 statues. I think that's probably my best, most logical option. Just because if I do Scorpion life size, it's going to have to go in this room. Like, that's the only way to put it. I can't put it upstairs. I would want it in this room, and it'd really just have to go, like, right here. You'd have to remove this shelf. I'm fine selling those. You would have to move Goro and Katana. Katana could obviously go, like, right there. You'd move Scorpion Bust. And if you moved Sub-Zero Bust, maybe you could fit Goro there. Maybe. That's how we'd have to do it. Although, let me think. You got 3 ninjas, 3 girls. Yeah, you'd have to put Scorpion right here. And then, I mean, you could do Scorpion, Sub-Zero, Goro, Jade. Jade's the easiest to display with Goro, considering she's not wide like these two. So you do these 2 girls with Scorpion and Reptile. That's the only way I could see it. You'd have to do it in here. Sell the bottom 3. I don't know. I mean, I'd have to see the life size in person. I wouldn't sell the Sub-Zero bust, but I wouldn't sell Scorpion either if I kept Sub-Zero bust. So that's why I was like, I just have to keep the bus and figure it out. That's what I'm saying. It'd be cool to have like a swap out head, because then you can actually display this bust right next to the life size. Like, imagine the life size had a skull head, and then you put the bust right next to it and did the bust on each side. That would be sick. So anyways, I'm going to talk to Blue Box, see if they could do it for 20K. Otherwise, I might just throw it to spec, simply because anything else, like a life-size Iron Man, stuff like that, where am I going to put that? I think it's best to just throw it to spec, but we'll see on Blue Box. I'm going to message them right now and let them know, like, hey, 20K is my limit. What can you do with this? And if they get too greedy and say, we need 30,000 for life-size or the 2 busts I wanted to do, then I'll probably just give it to Todd. So I'm going to speak to Todd as well, see if I can refund Neytiri, put that back in my bank account. Anyways, folks, I'll see you in the next one. Of course, appreciate any tips, tricks, ideas, crap like that. See you in the next one. Have a great day.